Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to my class. So today we are in the week 4. So I will are going to talk about the malware. So this is the research material. You can go through in this research book. Okay, this is the content. So at first I will talk about what is malware, virus, worm, trojans, rootkit, away, bots and botnets, rods, Trojan style and worm style attack vectors. The last one is a detection and removal. So in this slide, we will talk about the mostly we are focused on the terminology. Okay, the introduction of the malware here. Basically, malware is a program or file that is harmful to a computer user. It can classify by infection method, which are virus, worm, Trojan, and rootkit. It also can be classified by action, which is we call as a payload. Maybe the Asian malware is like a backdoor. It's like spyware, outware, browser hijacker. It can be ransomware, regular antivirus, downloader droppers, banking trojans. Malware type of malware. Classification are sometimes irrelevant. Malware can display the behavior of multiple types. Basically, it also can use multiple infection technique. Virus. Virus can define as a program computer that can copy itself and infect a computer without permission or knowledge of the user. Old school malware was virus written by hacker for fun and mischief. Had to be transferred by BBS or floppy disk, capable of destroying data, crashing programs, and general computer vandalism. Currently, it's not a big issue. Other types like malware have moved sinister ways of infection content making money from their writers. The detection is by comparing a virus signature in a database with the code in suspect file. The theory of virus. Brain, which is in 1986 override the boot setter of DOS format floppy disk, flow the drive and display this message. So this is the message that displayed by virus. This one is an old school virus during the 80, and the Stone also doing in 87 writing virus. We call it a book sector virus. Virus. Okay, we call this one is a different worm. Worm also is a type of virus that can propagate without human intervention. Typically propagate through internet connection. It also carry a payload, a virus or other malware. So that means worm it can do another things rather than a single task. The worm spread through a network away program with a vulnerability. It may just spread. It may also contain a payload, such as downloader, malware, rat, or virus. Code red. Code red basically is a example of worm. It's a computer worm observed on the internet around July 15, 2001. It attacked computer running Microsoft IIS web server. The one show a vulnerability in growing software distributed with IIS, described by Microsoft Security Bulletin, which has been available a month earlier. Why all version of IIS use appliance, phone printers, and copier? There's a reason why most of the server not using Microsoft. If you go to server room, most of the people or server admin, they prefer Linux based rather than Microsoft, because Microsoft always targeted by this kind of this thing. It's always targeted by the attacker, because Microsoft, the architecture is easier rather than Linux. This second example of the worm, we call it a configure worm, also known as a donut and Kido. It also targeting Microsoft Windows operating system. Again, Microsoft Windows system that was first started in 2008. It used flow in Microsoft Office software and dictionary attached on the administrator password to forget while forming a botnet, and has been used unusually difficult to counter because it combines use of many advanced malware techniques. Config One infected millions of computers, including government, business, and home in over 190 countries, making it the largest non-computer worm infection since 2003. They also use PNP, UPnP to open port on the router. It filters network traffic to block other worms. It is multiple form of propagation. So this is the form of the propagation. It can be hide from user because very small being used. They are accomplished with UPS algorithm. It is randomly generated DLL name. It set creation date to date of kernel 32.dll. He also hide in SBC host process. It fails to return to us when tested. Windows never list process. Name is null. Define analysis by checking timing to detect debuggers. That's why if you want to know what you need to always check your computer. How to check it? I mean the check in terms of performance. Somehow then why my computer is slow? Are you should control alternate delete it. I mean go to the task manager. If you see different things, different the process that you never see before, you can stop it, but you need to know which one is the important process or not. I show you. Well, so this task manager, is the process. You need to understand the process, what it happened. It's very high, then this one is normal, especially for background process. Service source, usually malware it hide in this part because most of the user cannot see in this part. Last time when I was a student, I get used to memorize all these things, all the process inside my OS. And when I see a little bit different, I just and it this is how I do if I want to stop the virus from its spread. Okay, we can go to the slide. Okay, it does not infect host of Ukraine domains. It also use IP checking website to send public IP. It downloads itself from pseudo randomly generate domain name. It also updates itself over 4080 using SL or signed certificate. Another example of worm is MyDoom. MyDoom also computer worm affecting Microsoft Windows. Again, Microsoft Windows. A worm that propagates by emailing itself to each address in the address book as an executable attachment. It also contains a TCP server accepting connection on port 3127 to 3198. So this is the port for the binder. It used to launch a DDoS against www.sco.com, a company which owns Unix and open source Linux supply Caldera and tried to sue IBM, Novell, Red Hat, Sun or other Linux distributors for copyright infringement. This is the case study for worm for Android. The worm also infect Android based system, so you need to away of your phone also. Slammer, another worm also, is a computer that worm that causes a denial of service on some internet hosted and dramatically slow down general traffic. It spread rapidly. In fact, most of its 75,000 victims within 10 minutes. Wow. It also performed DOS attacks on the entire internet by propagating itself through a vulnerability in the Microsoft SQL Server 2000 installation using UDP port 1434. Yeah, against Microsoft Server. Usually, malware virus worm like Microsoft rather than the Linux base. For mobile phone, it prefer Android rather than iPhone. Why? Because most of the people using Android, and the Android is a open source. Many people know the structure of the Android rather than iPhone. There's a reason. Okay, another thing is the SQL server engine is included in product like Visual Studio, so many victims didn't know they were vulnerable. It's very rapid propagation because the UP does not wait for a connection. So that means this kind of worm, it attacks the internet connection by using a perform DOS attacks. So this other example of DOS worm setup. Okay, we go to other malware take consideration. This we call as a Trojan. Basically, it's also a type of malware that is often distinguished as legitimate software. Consider an unauthorized program contained within a legitimate program. It also container which distribute malware hidden inside itself using unused byte at end of the file, maybe written from scratch to mimic some trusted program. It can be used to perform some normal tasks, but also perform some evil tasks when executed. Commonly distributed in download free software and game patches. The payload is usually a network client or server but may act as both of neither. That's why if you if you like to download like what we call the free software in the internet or games, yeah, and then suddenly when you install the game that you get free in the internet, suddenly it becomes slower. You know what happened? Because there is something inside the software that has been downloaded that we don't know what is it. The reason this thing, it might be a Trojan or virus something. So that's why after this, if you want to download a free software or install any pirate software, for example, you need to be careful. Like a keygen also, keygen, free keygen, uh, is a big problem to the our OS. Okay, we going to continue. Okay, use for remote control keylogger data miner and it does to distribute ports. It also one of the most prevalent type of malware found on home PC. Simple antivirus and firewall offer little protection. So this is the life cycle of Trojan. It's like a procedure or step what the Trojans always doing in the computer. The first one, you will make a bed, make a payload, make container, the dropper. Add payload, bed, dropper to the container. And finally, when container executed, it run dropper, run payload, and run beds. It's like a, it's like a repetition step. Rootkit. Rootkit basically is a type of software that designed to hide the fact of an operating system has been compromised, sometimes by replacing vital executables. Rootkits allow viruses and malware to hide in plain sight by disguising as necessary files that your antivirus software will overlook. Rootkits themselves are not harmful. They are simply used to hide malware, bots, and worms. Here also technology used by malware, evade detection by patching the operating system kernel so that programs like Explorer.exe, Task Manager, LS, and PS cannot see them. It has been used to enforce copy protection by Sony and game manufacturer Ubisoft. Bugs in rootkit has become targets of other exploits. It can be used also to deliver and hide other malware such as Trojan and worms, and it's hard to remove. Typically, need to boot in another OS to detect and delete the file. So that's mean if you want to, for example, your pen drive has been infected by the rootkit, you can go to the other PC, like other PC in other other OS. For example, Mac OS, you can go to Mac OS to delete it. So this is the meaning of this statement. Okay, the code can be hid in other places. Okay, we straight away go to the spyware and adware. Okay, what is adware? Adware means a software which control the downloading of advertisement of into web browser and free software. The distinction between adware and spyware is blurred. Few anti-spyware companies make a distinction. It's a present software that installs itself as a service, open TCP or UDP socket and send information about the user computer to some other party. Discovered during testing a new software firewall called Zone Alarm. Unlike other firewall at the Zone Alarm monitor outgoing connection as well as incoming connection. Outbound TCP connection can also be detected with NetStart. It use of spyware including keylogging, browser hijacking, theft of information such as password, user surfing habit, which is cookies, and registry entry, pushing advertisement and other form of unethical marketing. Usually social networking sites love spyware. So this is the case study of spyware and adware. You can go to this link. Another case study, we can see Microsoft. Microsoft has used spyware to monitor the name of Citizen player in media player. Microsoft enrolled all users of MSSE in Spynet. Record information about the user, the software, and where it came from. Tinkered caught grabbing user iPhone calendar through your apps. The spyware is present and difficult to remove also. Why? Because an infection will involve an installer, a downloader, script temp folder, and the INI files, .dll library, and S3 including executable code in the registry. If one part of the software is deleted, the other part recreated. Some part of locked by the OS cannot be easily deleted. Some spyware use rootkit to evade detection and removal. So this is the case study of Flame. Okay, browser hijacker. Basically, browser hijacker is a form of unwanted software that modify a web browser setting without a user permission. The reason is to inject unwanted advertising into user browser. There are various types of software which target the internet browser. First one is a BSO. Second one is a ActiveX control. Third one is a Trojan and rootkit, which is installed as a service or into auto execute location. This program change the way the browser behaves. They may turn off security setting, open ports, and add website to the forward list, add or replace toolbar, change the default homepage, download and install software. They are so hard to get rid of, often storing self-executed and installing code in many places in the PC. Most browsers are accessible because they are support client-side scripting. Both Java and MV script are used extensively. Okay, regarding on browser hijacker, we need to always check our browser. How to know if our browser have like a hijacker or something? When you open like a, for example, Firefox, you feel like heavy something. I think maybe you can think to install the other version. Maybe the current Firefox that you have installed before, maybe it had been hijacked by other malware. Okay, we go to the bot and botnets. Bot basically a software application that is programmed to do a certain task. It's like a robot. The software is doing 100% what the task that has been designed by the programmer. A botnet, a number of internet connected device, each which is running on one or more bots. The AI proxy malware designed to allow attacker remote control of zombie computer. So that means a botnet is the device, if device that have internet connection. For example, I have my own device here, which is a computer and a phone. And my computer connected with the internet, my phone also connected. So this kind of the device can be used as a botnet. The important is botnet is all about internet connected device that running bot. The third one is it has used to spying, to do DDoS attack, replying spam and anything customer wants. An internet bot, also known as web robot, www robot, or simply bot, is a software application that runs automated tasks over the internet. It also have uploader, dropper, downloader, release RADs, and text tools. Okay, RAD basically stands for remote access Trojan. It's a Trojan. But the different thing with the Trojan and the RAD is a remote access. It's like a malware program that includes a backdoor for administrative control over the target computer. Usually, it can be downloaded invisibly with a user requested program such as a game or sent as an email attachment. Another example of the RAD remote access Trojan is a COS30015, another version of RAD. It's a Trojan horse for Windows platform. Again, Windows platform that the operator of COS30015 used to hack into many sensitive computer networks. Now we always hear about the Windows platform. Windows platform, what does that mean? So that means next time if you become like a system admin, make sure you install the server Linux platform, not Windows platform, please. Because if you do play Windows platform, so that means is your OS easier can be hacked by other party. This kind of the COS30015 used in COS300. It also have many features. Can stream audio, video, key store and document. It read and answer compose email. Why? Because it's a remote access. Another example of the remote access Trojan is hijack rat. It's cover 2014, appeared as a com.ll, captures banking data from Android phones. Oh, so that means this kind of the Trojan is inside the Android phones. Target Korean banks. Command and control server in Korea read SMS, download software, pretend to uninstall itself, disable every software. Okay, these tips how to prevent this kind of thing happen. Make sure if you want to do like a banking process, please don't do in the mobile phone. I know it might be weird if you don't do in the Android phone, but however, we need to beware of this kind of the malware because it can capture banking details on our phone unless you install uh, the antivirus in the phone. But you can see it also disable every software, so that's why it can disable the antivirus. Okay, another case study of rat is a stormworm. It's a backdoor Trojan horse that infects computer using Microsoft Microsoft operating system that discovered in 2007. It grew a very big botnet. It reduced by Microsoft MSRT and poison updates. Okay, WannaCry. I think you guys know about this thing. The WannaCry is we cannot categorize it in Trojan. We categorize in the new Trojan because a Trojan and worm style. So the capability of WannaCry have two two different category capability, which is the first one Trojan will act as Trojan, the second one will act as a worm. Its found is 2017. In fact, more than 200 computers in the first day. It spread to 150 countries. Is suspect to be installed from NASA, catches a weaponized malware. Security researcher found kill switch by analyzing code 3 whatever which is successfully contacted by worm will cause it to shut down. Internal boot vulnerability is SMB version. Microsoft initially declared it won't fix the bugs. Windows 10 is not really infected, but however XP Windows 8 might be vulnerable. Trojan dropper drop WannaCrypt ransomware and it will change the wallpaper. This kind of the WannaCry create the MSEC SVC2 services, which is change the registry keys. It also increased a massive number of data file types. It can delete volumes, spare shadow, demands 300, 600 in Bitcoin. It spread through LAN on port 445. Use double process checkpoint to spread infection. 32 and 64-bit OS support. Okay, we go to the last one, detection and removal. Detection of malware is patchy. The line on single security product is unwise. You should keep several products in use. Keep them up to date with the latest virus and spyware signature. Be prepared to boot into safe mode. This disables many drivers and may disable the spyware long enough for you to remove it. You can also boot into other OS like CD, Linux, and scan remove malware from there. So that means if you have dual OS inside the computer, you can do this thing. Last time when I was younger, I like to have two different OS in my PC. I don't know what's the reason, but I like it because it's different with other people. The first one is Microsoft. Second one is Linux, and then I borrowing with the Microsoft. I change to the Linux, and then what happen in the Microsoft, I simply can do anything like a delete or remove some like program that I cannot delete it in the Microsoft. I just did it. So this is the good thing about this thing. You can also use the internet to search tools and procedure to removing specific threads. Some may be impossible to remove by normal means. If all else fails, you format the hard disk and install everything fresh. The best method is not to get infected. But my suggestion, if you use Windows, please make sure you use the original Windows. And then please make sure you always update your Windows OS. You do updating so that it's easier to protect your computer from the outsider things. How to prevent reinfection, reduce risky practice. First one, we need to use the limited account. Never go to internet while logged as admin or root. Spyware will not be able to write the registry or system32 folder. Be cautious of what you install. Many games and amusing toys are installing malware along with the intended application. Please don't install it that you don't go looking for it. For example, you want to install like a PDF reader, and then you want to install another software like a PDF writer, which is you didn't use it. So please don't install. And then last one, we need to test suspect program like in a sandbox VM or test machine. Okay, I think this all for this slide. At the end, I want to ask you about this question. Which worm propagates by emailing itself to each address in the infected victim's address book? First one, configure. Second one, Slammer, MyDoom, or Cesar. Okay, please answer this question in Canvas section. I will put this question to Canvas discussion. I know many of you didn't answer my question, but I hope you can participate as much as possible in Canvas. So the reason is why you need to answer this question is it will relate with your final exam. If you can answer this question, so that means you can answer your final exam. So that means if you cannot answer this kind of question, so that means I cannot help you. So this another reading you can go through. Use this case study. This the lab. Later we'll do this thing in the next week. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, thank you. And please don't forget to send your lab answer in Canvas, because I see there's many people still did not submit it. This thing is very important. I know this lab assessment didn't contribute any marks, but however you need to submit all. Since if you don't submit all, so I can simply give you fail. So this is a minimum requirement of passing grade. If you want to get the minimum requirement, you need to submit all the lab assessment. I think that's all today. Okay, thank you.